video for tech and previews was going to be able to be a more like cohesive story situation. No, incorrect. That is not at all what has happened or what would have been possible. I've never tried to film this period of a show, so I didn't know how that was going to work. What I have for you instead is a collection of various clips of things that I'm allowed to show you that I was able to get. I forgot to consider that this period of time is heinous and it's overwhelming and we're all tired and it's a time. But we just finished Bumpin'. It was a 98-hour week. I did a whole video about Bumpin'. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's like 20 minutes long. I will link it somewhere down below or somewhere here if I can figure out how to do that. Now is the period where cast are on stage, we are running through technical elements, figuring out as departments what we do during shows, what we need to be made and ready and done. For me, that's a lot of like making sure that people's mics sound right and changing them if they need to be changed, altering them to be more discreet on performers, finding any issues that may come up. Like for example, one of the issues that we found was that because of the mic that Andy is wearing in Masquerade, Andre needs an earring for Masquerade because his mask fully covers where his microphone goes, which is a great time for me. As I am filming this, we are in the middle of previews. We did about a week, I think? Time is a construct and I'm not here with the construct at the moment. We did about a week, I believe, of tech and then we are doing a week of previews. These are still performances that people can come and watch and come and see, but our actual opening night is this Friday. It is currently Tuesday. Tech period for us has very much looked like between 9 a.m. and 12 or 1 p.m. Crew would be there working on things for their individual departments, getting things ready. From about 12 or 1, the cast would be on site and we would get them ready to do run or to run technical elements. Towards the end of tech week, we added the orchestra, which was a lot of fun, and they got to finally do it with an orchestra on the stage, which is pretty cool. For previews, we've still been on a pretty similar schedule. A lot of crew are in between 9 and 11 a.m. to work on their own things. Then we have had cast in from midday to 1 to run a rehearsal in the afternoon and then do a preview in the nighttime, which yes, that is an exhausting schedule. We are all very tired. I'm so excited for us to open the show just because it will be like we finally get to settle, and then we will just be in a normal rehearsal and show schedule, which will be so good. Everyone is working incredibly hard. The cast are there constantly. We are pretty much living there. The crew are pretty much living in the theatre. That is just what this period takes, and then once the show is up and running, the show is up and running, and we get to just reap what we have sown in this period. The preview period is a really interesting time for figuring out how all of our departments fit together. During tech, we're figuring out this is what we need for every bit, this is what we need for each scene, each person, all of those kind of things. And then when we do a preview, we mesh them all together, because even just for instance, like getting the cast to stage, they are called in at the hour, they do a warm-up. At the half-hour call before the show starts on stage is when they have an opportunity to get their mics, wigs, and costumes on, as well as stay warmed up, prepare anything that they need to prepare for the show. If there's someone who has to wear a safety harness, they've got to get that sorted and checked, because some of the sets within this show are very big and a little bit dangerous. All of that happens in half an hour. I personally mic up the 9 principal cast members, and then the B plot, which is currently 2 people at the moment, but will be 1 eventually, does the entire ensemble. That has to happen in line with them getting wigs on, with them getting costumes on, because some of their tape we have to put on before they have on their costume, and we have to get their wig on top of their mic if they're underneath a wig. So that is like a schedule that has to be meshed together, which we figure out in this period, which is really cool. We're all figuring out our plots, writing them down, so that if someone needs to come in and do them, or we have to teach them to somebody else, we can do that. I had my 25th birthday in tech, which was really fun. A lot of people made comments about, like, you know, being at the theatre for 14 hours on my birthday and how that's not the way that a birthday should be spent, or things like that. But I signed on my contract to work this show in July of 2021, and then it was postponed for a year around my birthday. So I spent my birthday last year wishing I was at the theatre and wishing that this show was going ahead, and being so devastated that it had been postponed. So to actually be here in the building doing this job was everything that I wished for last year. I did not see it as a bad thing to be turning 25 in my dream job in the Opera House doing my dream show with an absolutely phenomenal group of people. My team really went out of their way to make the day special for me, which was so lovely. My partner was in town, my friends made an effort to see me on my day off, and my mum was able to come and see the invited dress a couple of days after. So that was like seeing her for my birthday anyway, and she got to see the show, which is really cool. We have a few more days of previews, and then we have opening night. That will be my video coming next week. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you get a notification for when that goes live. Make sure you also follow me on Instagram so that you can see when those go live, in case YouTube happens to not let you know. I have a lot of structured Phantom content coming. These have been kind of all over the place because that is what the experience of working has been for the last month. I will be doing another night at the theatre video for Phantom, like the one that I did for Poppins. I will be doing some more informative videos on mics and maintenance and how those work. When we change cities to go to Melbourne, I will be doing a lot of videos about the transfer and about us setting it up in a new city, and I'm probably going to give my camera to someone else in my department to let them show you their job as well. If there is anything Phantom related that you would like to see, or anything show related, moving a show, transferring, moving away from home for work that you would like to see, please let me know. Again, make sure you follow me on Instagram and subscribe to the channel so that you see when new videos come out. I have playlists of all of my different show videos on my channel at the moment. If you haven't checked the bump in video, make sure you check that out, otherwise this one probably didn't make that much sense. And make sure you keep an eye out for next week's opening night video.